10 Champions League facts that you didn't know about. The UEFA Champions League competition has been uniting fans from all around the world as they watch some of the most iconic players make their marks on the world stage and basically live out their dreams through them. Today, we'll be looking at 10 of the most iconic facts and moments in the Champions League, some of which you might not have taken cognizance of. Starting off with one of the points where fans have some of the most heated debates. Let's talk about some of the remarks that have been made by Ronaldo and Messi in this league. The sheer skills displayed by these two players have got fans taken all around the world as they struggle to pick out one that will hold the top spot. As of this day, no part has yielded defeat. But just as in any other competition, some yardsticks could be used to know for certain who the champion is. Not taking sides, but Ronaldo seems to hold the spot as the GOAT in the competition, considering that he has a record 140 goals as opposed to Messi's 129 goals. The 11-goal gap sure points at a winner, but despite the whole debate, both players are still recognized as some of the most iconic in the competition. The data on the ground, however, places Ronaldo as the top scorer in the history of the competition, waiting for one skilled enough to take the spot. And bringing some swag into the game, records seem to have been set with the number of header goals and some players were able to score. And as of now, Cristiano Ronaldo has scored the most header goals in the Champions League, with 25, while Lionel Messi is in second place with 21 header goals. Some other players have made their mark here too, and we have Benzema and Robert Lewandowski in third place with a tie at 18 header goals. Considering how tricky getting this score is, we have to agree that it'll be a while before we find anyone who will blow the top record. Although these players are great, they still weren't able to beat the record for the fastest goal that's been scored in the competition. The record currently stands at a goal that was scored just 10.12 seconds into the competition. Now, this is one fact that'll blow your mind. The record goes to Roy Mackay for the fastest goals scored in UEFA Champions League history, which, as already stated, he achieved in just 10.12 seconds. This is just about one of those things that leaves your mind wondering how it happened. Mackay scored the goal for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid in the second leg of their round 16 tie in the 2006-2007 Champions League season. This would make you think maybe Real Madrid was ill-prepared for the game and is in for a long one, but the game surprisingly ended in just 2-1 in favor of Bayern. However, there have been some really high-scoring games in the history of the competition, and the 2016 game between Borussia Dortmund and Legia Warsaw seems to hold the lead. This particular game ended with 8-4, leaving Dortmund in the lead, and I wonder who will be taking over this record in the coming games. This, however, doesn't mean that there haven't been some pretty high goals scored in the Champions League, but none have managed to beat this. One of the most remarkable games, which I bet you will recall, was that between Barcelona and PSG in 2017, in what seemed to be a fight for life for Barcelona. The Barcelona win against PSG in 2017 is considered one of the most memorable matches in Champions League history due to the incredible comeback that Barcelona staged in the second leg. After losing the first leg 4-0 in Paris, Barcelona faced an almost insurmountable task to overturn the deficit and advance to the next round. They happened to win 6-1, which gives them the record as the largest deficit that has been overturned in the history of the game. Pretty mind-blowing if you ask me. And just as there are teams who can manage to wiggle themselves out of difficult situations, there are some others who just manage to get their heads caught in losses. And to cap it all, they manage to mess things up when it matters the most, which is the finals. You can say that these two teams have been caught in a loop of near-success syndrome. These two teams are Juventus and Benfica, and they have managed, over time, to hold the record as the two teams that have the most losses at the championship finals, with both teams having 5 losses on each side. But to be fair, they've managed to get 2 wins. But as it seems that some are out to lose no matter how hard they try, some others seem to have been made for the game and have been at the top for really long periods. One good example that you should never miss is Real Madrid. It's safe to say that this team has been the GOAT of the competition. They're today the most successful club in Champions League history, having won the competition a record 14 times. It's just out of this world. They have also reached the finals on a record 17 occasions. Real Madrid's most successful period in the Champions League came in the 60s when they won the competition 5 times in a row. This incredible feat is still a record today. Bayern has also performed very well in the past, but the record still stands strong with Madrid. These best performing teams are made to stand out in the competition with a special badge that you will find on their jerseys. Something you might never find on PSG or Arsenal jerseys. To get these badges crusted, a team is expected to have won the competition 3 times in a row or 5 times throughout their history. The badge is just an image of the Champions League trophy, with the number of times the team has won the league boldly written on it. Imagine Madrid coming out with these jerseys in the field of play. Must be a great way to intimidate the opponent. We're still waiting to see which team will be able to pull off what they did next. And as far as feathers in the cap goes, some individuals do really deserve plenty given the remarkable strides that they've made in the competition. One of such individuals will be the Clarence Seedorf. You see, Clarence Seedorf can be best described as a Dutch football legend, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest midfielders of all time, having pulled off what some of the best players now haven't. Not even your GOAT could. In the history of the competition, he holds the record as the only player to have won the UEFA Champions League with 3 different clubs, namely Ajax in '95, Real Madrid in '98, and AC Milan in 2003 and 2007. This remarkable achievement sets him apart from all other players in Champions League history to this day, and he was well advanced in age when he played his last game in the league, being about 36 at the time. But he wasn't still the oldest player to have played in the Champions League even with that age. That record goes to Marco Ballotta. To hold the record as the oldest player to ever appear in a UEFA Champions League match, Marco Ballotta played for Lazio against Real Madrid in December '07 at the age of 43 years old in 252 days. Before that, Ballotta was a backup goalkeeper for Lazio, and that was where he was for most of his career. But he made his Champions League debut at the age of 40 in 2004. He went on to make a total of 3 appearances in the competition, all for Lazio. And since we're talking about age, now might be a good time to mention that the youngest player who has been in the Champions League competition is Youssoufa Moukoko. As of the time of making this video, Youssoufa Moukoko holds the record for the youngest player to appear in the UEFA Champions League match. He made his debut for Borussia Dortmund against Zenit St. Petersburg in December 2020 at the age of only 16 years, 18 days. He surpassed Celestine Babayaro, a Belgian defender who made his debut for Anderlecht against Steaua Bucharest in November '94 at the age of 16 years and 86 days. Before Moukoko, Babayaro held the record for 27 years. Moukoko is a player who's known for his pace, strength, and finishing ability. He's considered to be one of the most promising young players in the world, and he is expected to have a long and successful career at the highest level. The most exciting thing about the league seems to be watching these records closely, observing teams and individuals that strive to make their marks on the stage while it's still hot for them. Not sure how long it's going to take, but we might be witnessing some newer, younger players taking over for the likes of Ronaldo and Messi. And it'll be great to see that team that will dare to challenge Real Madrid's record in the history of this game. That might take long, but you can never tell what will be happening in the coming seasons. Well, that's the end of the video. And what do you think about some of these players and the positions they hold? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and we look forward to you joining us in the next video for some exciting updates.